Hello, dear students. Let's see a GATE 2008 question which was asked. This question was on FD preserving and lossless decomposition. In the previous three videos, we have seen what is FD preserving, what is lossless decomposition, and we saw three examples of how to check whether decomposition is lossless and FD preserving. Let's see the question in GATE 2008. There is a table R which has four attributes A, B, C, D, and the functional dependencies are defined as follows: A determines B, B determines C, C determines D, and D determines B. Now the question asked is that the decomposition of R into, now note that three tables have been created: A, B, B, C, B, D. So the point is that R, A, B, C, D, correct, four attributes, has been divided into A, B, B, C, and B, D. Now they are asking, is this lossless and dependency preserving, or lossless but not dependency preserving? And like this, we have got four options. So best way is just check it whether it is lossless, whether it is FD preserving, isn't it? So what we can do is, first of all, to check whether it is lossless, just observe that we have a table R, A, B, C, D, and it is broken down into three tables, isn't it? Which contains AB, then it contains BC, and it then contains BD. Now, what might have happened, it might be like this, that first this table was decomposed into two tables containing ABC and containing BD. Okay. And then this ABC was decomposed into AB and BC. Hence, we had three tables. We have now three tables: AB, BC, and BD. This must have happened, isn't it? So if you check from the bottommost for 1, 2, 3, these tables, now first of all, let us check 1 and 2, these tables. They have B in common attribute, and this common attribute has to be a candidate key in one of the two tables, at least one table. Now you observe B determines C, this one. This table which contains BC has B determines C from the original FD set given. That means B is a candidate key in the second table, and it is common attribute in first and second table, which was created from ABC. So as far as 1 and 2 is concerned and ABC is concerned, it is lossless decomposition. Now let us see this BD table and ABC. Let's go at one more level up in the decomposition. This is one more level up. Now you see this again has B in common. Attribute B is common in both these tables, isn't it? Then B has to be a candidate key in one of the two tables. Now, does B determine D here from the original FD set? What you can do is, best thing is, you can find out B plus. And if B plus contains D, then B determines D, isn't it? Now B plus will contain B, and due to B determines C, C will be brought in, and due to C determines D, D will be brought in. That's enough. B is determining D, you observe. That means B determines D, observe, is true for this table BD, and B is the candidate key in at least one of the two tables. Isn't it so? ABC and BD are the two tables. Let's number this as 4. ABC and BD are the two tables. B is common and B is the candidate key in BD. So this entire thing is lossless decomposition. I hope you have understood. Then is it dependency preserving? For checking dependency preserving, let us write first table AB, second table BC, and third table BD. And write all the possible dependencies. First of all, I'm not saying that they are true. What are the non-trivial dependencies that can be there is A determines B and B determines A. I hope you have seen the earlier videos. Only then you will understand what I am talking about. I am not writing trivial dependencies like A determines A, B determines B, and so on. Only these two non-trivial dependencies are possible. What about this second table? B determines C, C determines B, and B determines D here and D determines B. Now, which out of these are satisfied? To check this, A determines B, what is the best thing you can do is you can find out A closure. So it's best that you can find A closure, then find B closure, then find C closure, and also find D closure. Because we everywhere we are having single attribute on the left hand side, isn't it? Now A closure, observe, A closure is going to contain A, B, C, D, all four. A closure will contain A, B, C, D. Check it on your own from the original dependencies given. And B closure will contain B, C, D. That's it. That's it. B, C, D. B closure, I think, yes. B closure will contain B, C, D, and that's it. Okay. And C closure. C closure will contain, I'll better write it here. C closure will contain C and then D, then B. That's it. That's it. And D closure will contain D, then B, C. That's it. Okay. So now let's see, is A determines B possible? Yes, because A closure, left hand side's closure, contains B, you observe. So this is possible. Is B determines A possible? No, because you find B closure does not contain A. You watch this. So this possibility is denied. What about B determines C? In the second table, B determines C is possible because B closure contains C. You watch this. C determines B is also possible. C closure contains B. Check this. And in the third table, B determines D. B determines D is possible because B closure contains D. And D determines B is also possible because D closure contains B. Okay. So which of the all the non-trivial dependencies were preserved by these three tables have been ticked, isn't it? And this dependency B determines A, I am erasing now. This is not satisfied. Now if you see that these are the FD sets F1, F2 and F3, if I take union of these three, do they preserve all the original dependencies? Just check this, that A determines B is there in F1. Okay, so this first dependency is preserved. B determines C is there in F2. You just check. Fine, this is preserved. Then C determines D. You watch. This third dependency, C determines D, is not there directly. But then what if you find C closure using F1 union F2 union F3? Use all these dependencies and find out C closure. Now C closure will contain C and C will bring in D. Due to this, C is determining B and B will bring in D due to this. That's it. That's enough. That's enough. C closure is containing D, isn't it? So even C determines D is recognized by F1 union F2 union F3. And D determines D, which I am now ticking, is readily available in F3. So all the FDs of the original table are satisfied by F1 union F2 union F3. Then it gives lossless and dependency preserving decomposition. A is correct option of this particular question. I hope you have again understood how to check dependency preserving and lossless decomposition. Question asked in GATE 2008. Thank you very much.